What's up, everyone? It's Justin, your local real estate agent here in Jacksonville, Florida. And for this video, I have some really big news that you may or may not have already heard about. The Four Seasons is partnering with Shad Khan to build a huge new luxury hotel right in the heart of downtown Jacksonville. And it's gonna do a lot of big things here in downtown Jax, which we've been waiting for a very long time as Jacksonville residents. There's always been talks and whispers about, the city's going to do this and they're going to do that. They're going to develop this and develop that downtown. And it's just really never come to fruition. And now we actually have confirmation and approval for it. So it's pretty exciting. And we're also going to talk about what that means for the general area and the areas surrounding downtown Jacksonville. And what that could do potentially for pretty much the future development of the area. So let's go ahead and take a look at the news article here. Let me zoom in a little bit. So yeah, I can read a little bit better. Okay. So the article goes, Four Seasons partners with Shad Khan. I think Shad Khan to build new hotel and private residences in first phase of visionary development in downtown Jacksonville, Florida. So this is going to be the first phase. The 170-room property will feature waterfront views alongside renowned Four Seasons service and genuine care, setting a new standard for luxury hospitality in downtown Jacksonville. There's not really a huge luxury hotel scene in downtown Jax. You might see that closer to the beaches, Jax Beach. So this will be interesting to see. I mean, look at the rendering here. The concept alone is just unlike anything you would expect to see in downtown Jacksonville or even Jacksonville, period, Let's see if they have any other concept art. Yeah, that looks awesome. Look at that. Right on the river. So I know that this is going to go. So let's just go over really quickly the location of where this is going to go. So we're in Jacksonville. They plan to make, and this is the stadium, TIAA Bank Field. I have to say that slowly because I always get tongue-tied on that. So they plan to make it adjacent from TIAA Bank Field. And there's going to be shipyards over here as well. So let's see. Oh. So they plan to build this in this area over here, right? Where you have the Four Seasons Hotel. And they're going to build a marina around the shipyards. And we'll go over that in a second as well. Let's go back to the article and read some more. All right. I'm going to kind of paraphrase and skip through some of the fluff here. Four Seasons Hotel, okay. So we know that the Four Seasons Hotels and Resort, they plan on making obviously it's going to be a luxury hospitality hotel. Four Seasons Hotel and private residences. Four Seasons Hotel and private residences will play an integral role in the development of the Jacksonville shipyards while ushering in a thrilling and historic next chapter for downtown Jacksonville, bringing imaginative, urban design, yes. Ideally located adjacent to the sports complex and proposed stadium of the future. So they're saying proposed stadium of the future because they've just proposed a renovation of TIAA Bank Field. Is it Everbank now? I don't know. They said Everbank here. Maybe they have the wrong information. Anyway, the stadium's name has changed so many times throughout the years since I've lived in Jacksonville my whole life. I still think of it as Alltel Stadium, so I always have to keep up with what they renamed it. Yeah, so it's going to go adjacent to the stadium, Four Seasons. Oh, and they propose to. We'll do that in another article. They plan to renovate the stadium to make it new and chic and modern, kind of like how the Four Seasons look, and probably to coincide with that look, that same architectural style, and revamp it. It's pretty awesome they're going to do that. Not to say that, it's not to say the stadium's old because, the Jaguars are, I think we're since 95, so it's not that old of a stadium. But nonetheless, it's pretty awesome that they plan to develop it further. So that's only some more, fuel to the fire for the development of downtown Jax. You have the renovation of the stadium, and you're going to have this Four Seasons hotel. It's going to be crazy. All right, let's keep going here. All right, let's just skip over here. We'll offer 170 luxuriously appointed rooms and suites, 26 private residences. So it will have private residences as well. 4 dining and lounge outlets, including a signature rooftop restaurant and bar, all-day restaurant, pool and bar, grill and lobby, all of which will be enjoyed by travelers and locals alike. All right, I'm going to skim through here. So pretty much They're just going over how the Four Seasons is a luxury thing, is a luxury company that builds. I mean, you guys know Four Seasons. It's a staple name. We all know it. But, just to compare, they have places in the Bahamas, Hawaii, Orlando, Denver, and more. Four Seasons Hotel. Okay. So the property will be the second Four Seasons that Shad Khan owns. Where did he purchase? Oh, so he purchased the Four Seasons in Toronto already. Okay, so he has experience purchasing Four Seasons, or at least franchising or partnering with Four Seasons on the land that he's working on. I'm not sure if this particular project he just owns the land and is partnering with Four Seasons, or if he has a stake in it. I don't know how it works, but nonetheless, great news. All right, so in addition to the Four Seasons Hotel, they're going to talk about here rebuilding and revamping of the shipyards. So let's go over that. In addition to Four Seasons Hotel and private residences, Jacksonville, Phase 1, so this is going to be Phase 1 of the Jacksonville shipyards will comprise of a six-story office building, a revamped full-service marina. So you're going to have your boat marina right there on the river. Makes sense. A former shipyard, a reinvigorated metropolitan park, which we've been waiting on. I just went to World of Nations this past year, and Metro Park is kind of like, it needs some work, and it'll get there. A marina services building and a public park. The project will feature ample park space and walking paths connecting to the Riverwalk. That's good. So they're going to continue. We already have the Riverwalk. Let's see. Whoops. We already kind of have a Riverwalk in Riverside a bit. So Riverwalk is over here on this side along this bank. Oh, wait. Along this bank, there's the Riverside Arts Market. And it kind of flows right here this way. The Riverwalk. So they plan to make the Riverwalk over here as well. That's nice. Let's go back. And then the Jacksonville Jaguars business staff will move into the adjacent office building. Okay. Phase 2 of the So that was Phase 1. Phase 2 of the Jacksonville shipyards will include a 5-acre property slated for mixed-use development. See, this is where it gets even more interesting. Initial plans include a medical component. So Jacksonville is super known for having some of the best medical facilities, hospitals, clinics, specialty, surgeons and things like that across the board out of the country. That's a huge part of our economy, is the medical economy here, healthcare. So it makes sense that they would do that and put that downtown as well. Where was I? And other potential uses include retail. That's going to be great. Residential, obviously, that's excellent. We'd love to hear residential, because when the shops come and the residential, development happens, that's when you start seeing a transformation of a certain area or a certain community. Additional parking, and of course, whenever they build more stuff, they need to make more green space, more parks, things like that. Khan has been singularly focused in recent years on making this vision a reality to create hundreds of new jobs. Well, I wouldn't say he's trying to create new jobs. I would just say he has a project and he's trying to build something, and it'll profit him pretty good. But what's good about it, a side effect of that, a result of that is it's going to bring in new jobs. It's going to bring in a lot more new jobs in that particular area, and in Jacksonville in general, which is awesome. We love it when our local economy booms. So that's always good news, especially in this economy. You just got to make sure. All right, vital tourism revenue, blah, blah. Okay, let's see here. All right, that's pretty much it. So, let's see what that's... All right, so let's go back here. Here's Jacksonville. Let's check this out. Jacksonville, downtown Jacksonville, TI Bank Field, shipyards, and Four Seasons over here. Let's draw that again. Bam. Okay, awesome. Now, what does that mean for the surrounding area? So, if they build that over here, right, and they plan to build medicals, some type of medical center around here, you can only imagine what that's going to do to the surrounding residential areas outside of downtown. Maybe it'll revamp some, residential condos and lofts and things like that downtown, maybe, and maybe bring some more businesses opening up in downtown. But what it's really going to do that I'm excited about, if you look at the surrounding residential areas here, and we have, Springfield's over here, Fairfield, Long Branch, Tallyrand area, all of this over here. You're going to see over the next, and I believe that they plan to get phase 1 finished by 2026. So that's pretty soon. That's 3 years down the road. That's not that far away. So they have a very aggressive timeline for building the first phase of this, and if we see that come to fruition within 2026, we could start seeing a lot more residential activity moving in these areas. Now, if we take a look at Springfield has already kind of been on the rise for quite some time now. And Springfield here, we've been seeing over the years, over the decade, the gentrification and the revamping of Springfield, where there's a lot of, new residential activity. You have a lot more new homeowners moving to the area. And with that, the main strip of Springfield where the shops are, you see shops, boutique shops, you see breweries, restaurants opening up. They even have events. In fact, we went to a festival or an event, I think a year or two ago in Springfield, and it was really awesome. So you are seeing this already happen in Springfield, but just to see that extend outwards from Springfield to hit areas like the Phoenix, the Fairfield, the Long Branches, the Tallyrand areas, the Brentwood areas possibly, the La Villa area possibly over here. Once you have that development happen over here near TIAA Bank Field, you're going to see the growth in these surrounding areas. And it may be better to get in there sooner than later, because once they already build it, maybe the prices we'll start seeing more demand of movement into those areas. Let's kind of check it out now and see what prices currently look like in these areas and what that could mean in the future. So let's zoom out here. This is realtor.com, just kind of seeing so it's Four Seasons would go over here. Like I said, Springfield is already pretty established. It is growing even more. If you just look briefly in Springfield, you see all these beautiful houses selling in the 4s, selling in the 5s, new construction in the 8s. I mean, these are your old classic style homes. That's what's so charming about Springfield, is that they really maintain that historic look, So this area already being established is kind of a thing, and that could drive more demand there. But what I'm more interested in is the areas that aren't so populated, that don't have the same type of gentrification that has occurred yet, in these areas that pretty much line, if you look here, Tallyrand Avenue runs up the riverbank here through the shipyards. And this is the areas that I'm really interested to see what's going to happen over the next few years, because if we look in this area, just this area alone, you can see the prices are much more affordable than they are in Springfield currently. So, albeit maybe not that one, but you have, homes under $200,000, these little bungalow homes, these smaller square footage, smaller footprint homes. You also have the same type of historical homes like they do in Springfield, although not as much. They're fewer and far between, but they are there. Look at this, $200K for these homes here, under $200K. This one's beautiful. It looks almost a brand new construction, like they've revamped that. Here you go. Here's exactly a home that you would see in Springfield in this particular area for $250,000. It's gonna happen. This is the development of these areas are gonna happen by proxy. Once they build this area up with that Four Seasons, they have the medical facility built down there. This area here is gonna take off. Who's gonna live here? The people who are working at these hotels, the tourism industry, the medical facilities. Anyone working in healthcare is probably gonna be pushed into this area as well, especially if you're getting in there early where the prices are more manageable. And we all know prices are really high right now. And they may not go down. They may kind of just stay there and not necessarily rise at the same rate. But, I mean, look at this. This is a great opportunity. Look at this house right here. Where's this one at? This is a cute little house. $185. It's already pending, but over in the Brentwood, Tallyrand area. And this is what I'm talking about right now. You get in there sooner than later, you're getting a great deal on a home. And not only that, we're going to see pretty much a revival of, let's go back, pretty much a revival of this general area. Not a lot of people live here. There are a lot of people that live in the Springfield area, and that is constantly a thing that's growing. But to see this area, the surrounding area of Springfield, like the East Side, Phoenix, Fairfield, Long Branch, and the Tallyrand area, kind of potentially have, the potential to pop off and to develop like that because of that Four Seasons Hotel. And it's not only the Four Seasons Hotel, it's the Four Seasons Hotel. It's the commercial and residential that's going around the Four Seasons Hotel. It's the medical facility that's planned to be built out in the phase 2 of the development, the revamping of the park system, Metro Park, the renovation of the stadium, all of that coming together at the same time. And the marina, I mean, it's gonna make the land in this area so much more valuable. And it's so crazy because this area is not really, it's not very valuable right now. No one really wants to live out here. But I think that's all going to change with the development of the Four Seasons Hotel in first phase by 2026. So we'll see what happens. It's just going to be interesting to see the landscape of the changing of the residential area of downtown Jacksonville and the surrounding residential areas around downtown Jacksonville because of this new development. That's all I have for you guys today. I hope this was insightful. Let me know what your thoughts are. What do you think this Four Seasons Hotel is going to do for downtown Jacksonville? Will it revamp the area? Is it going to be more of the same where we're just like talking and nothing ever happens? Let me know in the comment section down below. If you have any questions regarding real estate, I'd love to help you find your next investment property, or hey, maybe your next primary residence over in this area outside of Springfield. So if you are looking, let me know in the comments down below. DM me, direct message me, or you can actually text me or call me at 904-420-8622. And I'm out of breath. That's all I got for this video today. See you guys later.